a lot. Okay, the sun is shining outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Bangalore is called as the Silicon Valley. Okay. How do you pronounce this?
Same.
Same. Now this.
Shame.
Hmm. Practice that. But someone told me that if you practice this tongue twister like 10 times a day, in the morning, in the evening, whenever you get time, that'll help you a lot. And while reading, when you see this, I still make mistakes. I'll tell you. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. And how about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Ashutosh, we're connecting for the third time, right? Probably
Not for the third time, I think second time.
second
Just
time. Okay.
last time we discussed about cricket a lot, and of course now
Mm-hmm.
I'm here second time.
So you have a YouTube channel, I remember.
Yes, exactly. I do.
Okay. So how's your content creation going on?
Yeah, nowadays it's going well. I'm trying to focus on that, and I'm trying to put more videos as much as I
Mm,
can. So for that, I'm just totally focused on that, and it's going well. I think so. I'm just focusing on the process,
mm.
and along with that, I'm getting results as well.
Okay, that's nice. So tell me, like, what kind of videos do you exactly post apart from the conversations?
Yeah, nowadays I'm trying to focus on polish my spoken skills. So I would like to have sessions with
Mm,
multiple professionals. So I
mm,
would like to get some feedback. And so nowadays I'm not posting a lot of videos apart from conversations. And I'm
mm,
doing conversation with Clapingo tutors, some other YouTubers. So I can hone my skill of talking to the people or kind of, podcasting, asking
mm.
questions to them and giving answers to them. That's what I'm working on. And after that, I'll come with the solo videos as well. That's what I'm planning. So once I will be good enough to just say to the people that what to do and what not to do to become better, that's what I think I'm working on.
Okay, nice. So, like, what was your motivation behind, starting this channel initially?
Yeah, when I had started my YouTube channel, I wanted to grow myself with a YouTube channel, because when
Mm,
you are talking in front of camera, and the first thing when you are going to expose yourself to the people open in the market on social media, always you are like not ready to accept the critics, right? When you are not good, of course the people, they are going to give you a lot of negative comment. But I was ready to accept that because I wanted to
mm,
know my flaws. I had no mentor at that point of time, so I wanted to know that where I'm lacking and where I can improve. So I started putting those videos on YouTube channel, and I started getting some comments, positive and negative. So like all of the comments helped me to become better. So that's why I
mm.
started that. And now I would like to go forward, and I would like to see myself as a good public speaker and good podcast host. That's what I would love to continue in future.
Mhm. That's nice. So, like, whenever you read these YouTube comments on your videos, what kind of comments do you generally come up with?
Yeah, to be honest, like I don't get a lot of negative comments, but like in the beginning sometimes I used to get, like sometimes the people, they used to say, oh my goodness, your just accent is terrible, the your way you talk, like you say, stop talking, like why don't you stop like that. So it happened, like, but it was the part of the journey. Now most of the time I'm getting the positive comments from the people, and
Hmm.
they are lacking my just conversation, so I'm happy now. Yeah.
So it becomes inspiring as well for you, like when you receive some comments which are positive,
Exactly.
right?
Why not?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, and apart from posting videos, what kind of what kind of content do you consume on YouTube?
When it comes to listening to the people, as I told you that I would love to go forward in podcasting, I do like listening and watching to the people like Ranveer and Jess Etty,
Hmm.
or even though I'm into spiritual stuff as well, listening to the people like Sadhguru, Mahatre, and yes, and when it comes to international speakers, I do like watching to like Ellen and Steve Harvey and such kind of people. And apart from this, I consume a lot of stuff like where two people are there and talking to each other and expressing a lot of things. Nowadays, such kind of videos are really popular. So that's what I like listening or watching.
There is one, YouTuber. He has a podcast, Lex Fridman. Have you heard about him?
No, like
One
what's
of
the
the
name,
greatest.
please?
Lex Fridman.
Lex
L
Frediment.
Lex. Okay. Have you heard about Joe Rogan?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, Joe Rogan is famous. He's on the top right now.
Yeah.
And he has a very simple podcast. Like he invites guests, has a normal conversation. He drinks, he smokes during the podcast. That's how he does things, right?
Yeah.
People like it.
Yeah,
And
so like, Himanshu sir, sometimes the people they would like to know the personal side of yours and they like your naturality, right?
mm,
Some people what they do just they are trying to fake it up like they are
mm,
really a good personality. Inside of that they are not, right? So
mm,
what happens when the people they are doing, if of course like some people they are not going to like it, but a lot of people they are going to like the real side of him, whatever it is they are accepting.
that's true. If you talk
Mhm.
about Ranveer Alabadia, he also invites a lot of guests, but they all are famous.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Joe Rogan invites guests who are not famous and who has done something so extraordinary in their lives, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Something, like something different actually. That's why I
Yes,
like
yes,
that's the
exactly.
thing I like about Joe Rogan and the kind of content he has. Like he has everything. He can discuss anything, and he has a lot of knowledge. He has plethora of
Hmm.
knowledge about different things actually.
Agreed.
So yeah, although Jay Shetty, his podcast, if I think it's more about relationships and motivation, meditation, spirituality.
Yes,
Mm,
spirituality because he just wrote a book. First was Think Like a Monk, and then after
mm,
he just came up with the Eight Rules of Love or something like
mm.
So of course he's talking about that how to make your day productive, and apart from this talks about relationship and the spiritual side of the life, and
Mm,
he's having that great health podcast on purpose. So
mm,
yeah, I like the way he does. Like.
So you listen to Lex Fridman. He's great.
For sure, I'm going to do it after just ending your session. I'll be rushing to him like.
Yes, yes. He's one of the best actually. He's very subtle guy, He's always calm, asking simple questions very politely, and he's a good guy. And he has also guests from different, like psychologists, philosophers,
Mhm.
philosophers, and different people. I love his podcast. Although the
Yes, and
only
nowadays I'm
drawback is,
also following Andrew
Mhm.
Huberman. I think have you
and
might
oh,
heard
he's
about it?
he is becoming famous
Mhm.
these days. Andrew
Yes,
Haberman. He's a
yes.
neuroscientist from Stanford University, and I love that guy. He's amazing.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, Andrew Haberman. He speaks well. He has a lot of knowledge about how human body functions.
Hmm.
So I like
Yeah.
that thing about that guy, Andrew Haberman. And the only drawback, not the drawback, I think these uh, these episodes are about 3 hours long, and it's sometimes it's impossible to listen to a podcast which is 3 hours long.
Yes, like it's very difficult to find out 3 hours continuously. And what is
Mm,
that like if you're going to leave that part just after 1 hour, I don't really think so you will be able to connect that much like you want to.
hmm,
When you are
hmm,
going in a flow of the conversation, it is really
hmm,
better to watch what in a one way, right? So
hmm,
like of course like 3 hours, 2.5 hours. Oh my goodness, sometimes like I'm afraid. So that's why I'm trying to
hmm.
find out like 30 minutes, 20 minutes like that,
I
like
think
only that I can consume.
anything between 30 to 60 can work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine if you go for a walk and it would take about like half an hour for you to take 10,000 steps or something, right? To be able to
Mm-hmm.
walk like let's say 4 to 5 kilometers, you can just put in your earphones and then you can listen to it. That is productive. But if you want to
Mm-hmm.
listen to a 3 hour podcast, it will take I think 3 days.
Oh my goodness, you need a lot of potential to do that. But Himanshu sir, like the one thing is that they people are talking really deep, right? So they
Deep, yes.
can't conclude their session within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 30
Hmm.
minutes like that because they have been doing the research from the whole life and they are having a lot of content to talk about it. And when a person is asking one question to them, they are ready to give an answer of like 30 minutes within a
30 minutes,
single
yeah.
question. So
Hmm.
that's what the thing
Because
is.
they are deep thinkers. That's why they just don't call anyone.
Hmm.
If someone has a podcast with you or with me, I think we'll be able to sustain for about half an hour.
Not more
After that,
than that,
we will
right?
also run out of thoughts.
Exactly.
We
Yeah,
will
why
also
not?
run out of
Because
ideas.
same things we will start repeating when the, of course, like, that will just, look like a same, like what we were talking in the first question, in the last
Hmm,
question. But they are having a
absolutely.
lot to talk about it.
Hmm. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's do a fun activity. It's just about your introduction only, but in a different perspective. So I'm going to share something on the screen.
But yeah, but I wanted you to just, I wanted to do practice with you about that S and SH pronunciation because I got the feedback of a lot of trainers and
S
that
and
they just
SH.
told me, yeah, because I just, do mistakes frequently and
So
I'm getting
ensure.
that. Hmm.
Okay, so come to your chat box. Let's see.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay. How do you pronounce this?
Same,
Same. Now this.
shame,
Hmm. This.
so, shop,
Hmm. Wait, wait, wait. What's the next word? Shine.
shine, yes,
Hmm.
silicon, ship, sheep,
Okay. Now I'll tell you a tongue twister.
okay. She sells at the seashore.
At the seashore. Okay. If you really
Seashore.
want to, hmm.
Mhm.
She sells seashells at the seashore. First of all, you have to go really slow. If you go really fast, you won't be able to pronounce it properly. And this is a tongue twister. Like if you really want to improve your sir and sure sound, this can help.
Okay.
I had the same issue.
I.
I had the same issue,
Huh.
sir and sure. I was not able to
Okay.
say 61, 62. I used to say 61 and 62. Like I had a hard time, to practice that. But someone told me that if you
Mhm.
practice this tongue twister like 10 times a day in the morning,
Mhm.
in the evening, whenever you get time, that'll, help you a lot. And while reading, when you see this, I still make mistakes, I'll tell you. Sometimes I still get confused between sir and sure, but it's a matter of practice. And I think if you practice this again and again, it will definitely go away.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I would like to work on because the thing is that I am trying my level best to hone my skill in a great way. But one
Mhm.
thing, whenever it comes to the feedback, then of course the trainers will just they were telling me that you will have to work precisely on S and SS sound. What happens when anybody is just saying to me to just pronounce those words in isolation? I'll be able to do that. But once I'm in a flow, I'm going to just skip that again. So that's what happens with me.
Mhm. Okay. It's a matter of practice only. So just focus on the things, like we try
So
this.
what about you? When you used to suffer, you started like practice. Even though today in the morning, I just I was just practicing such kind of words like nation, relation, or just a lot
Relation,
of words like that. Yeah,
association.
yeah,
There are a lot of
association.
words which has the and sure
Mhm.
sound altogether. So I used to practice all these words. That time there was no
Mhm.
Clapingo. And on YouTube also, there were not a lot of content creators who would post things like that. That time there was a
Mhm.
channel, English. No, 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 no. It was Engwid, actually.
Oh, got
Engwid.com.
it. There are a lot of teachers. Yes,
Yeah, yeah. There are a lot
they're
of
having a
tutors,
lot of teachers. Mhm.
teachers from all over the world. And
Mhm.
I saw one of their videos, English by Ronnie something. That teacher told
Mhm.
the differentiation between sir and sure. So that's how I was able to practice. I had the same issue. Especially during interviews, people used to tell me, the person who was conducting interview, they used to tell me that you have an issue with sir and sure, pleasure, measure. There are different sounds in English. I think it's a matter of time and practice when you are able to, inculcate these in your daily conversations. And after that, it becomes easy for you to be able to, just pronounce them whenever you can. but you have to just face them. Like if you don't practice them, definitely you won't be able to do like speak it loudly, speak it properly, and then definitely. So just a regular practice, nothing else, and a lot of listening as well. Because while listening, also you listen to a lot of different sounds, right? If you listen to Jay Shetty, you will focus on different sounds because the kind of accent he has, the way he speaks, that's different. That's totally different from, let's say, Ranveer Alabadia because he's an Indian, and we Indians have neutral accent, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is no fluctuation, no intonation, just flat tone, right? Britishers talk in a certain way, Americans talk in a certain way, but phonic sound is something like which you should be, which you should have some details about, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm working on that. So that's why, like, I found this major issue that I should work on because most of the time I'm getting. So that's why in the morning also I thought that when I'm going to have the session with Himanshu Shah, for sure I'm going to ask that how to work on that. And because I'm so like passionate now, I would like to fix it anyhow. So
Mm. So you said Himanshu, and then you said Shah. It is
yeah,
Shah.
I like
Although I
yeah,
don't want
like
you to call
I
me sir, but still, in the example, it is Himanshu. Even my name has the Shah sound, right?
Himanshu
Himanshu. Mhm.
sir.
Sir,
Is that right?
sir, sir. Yeah. So have a list of words starting with S,
Mm-hmm.
with the sir sound, and have a list of words which have the sh sound, and then try to
Mm-hmm.
practice. Now, when you practice these words alone, that is different. But when you make sentences, that matters a lot. Okay, the sun is shining outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Bangalore is called as the Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah, yeah, such kind of statements.
You have to
Uh-huh.
make sentences also. If you just
Mm-hmm.
pronounce them individually, that time maybe you'll be able to pronounce them properly. But while
Uh-huh.
speaking in a flow, you might make the same mistakes again.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why I
what
give you that
happens with
tongue
me.
twister also.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'll work on this
Seashells,
tongue twister and I will try to
seashells,
find out a lot of.
yeah.
Mhm.
But go really slow, okay? Say it 10 times, go slow, take 5 minutes, but yes, practice it again and again. And record your voice. Check whether you're making with she or maybe shells, sea, shell. Because there are two she sounds, she and C. She as a
Mhm.
pronoun, C as the C, okay?
Mhm.
Then we have two cells. Cells, it's a verb, shells, okay? The shell, a noun, when you found shells by the seashore. So that it
Mhm.
is the best tongue twister to practice your so and show sound. She shells, seashells at the seashore. Like right now, also I'm struggling with it because
I'll
why?
just
Because I
I'll
don't
work on it.
practice it
Uh-huh.
consciously. Because I don't practice it consciously at all. That's why I'm struggling.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if I just start practicing it again, I think I wouldn't have the same problem. And there is no problem with that. Some sounds are there, which you can find difficulties with. But I think the idea is to just keep practicing them consciously, and you'll be able to overcome that issue for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Thank
If you
you
want
for
it, you
sure.
can take a
Mhm.
screenshot of it if you
Yeah, exactly. I will search on Google and I'll get it. I think so.
want. You can
That's
find a
safe.
lot of tongue
Mhm.
twisters online. No worries with
Mhm.
that. Okay. All right. So
Okay,
it was
so
nice
now I
talking to you, Ashutosh, and I hope you have a good day. We will just have 30 seconds left, I guess. If you have anything to say, you can definitely do that.
yeah, exactly. I'll have to say thank you so much. Many, many thanks to you for great advice.